Related articles. Tottenham could be set for a whirlwind summer of spending on new transfers akin to Chelsea and Manchester City as rumours of a takeover approach from Qatar investors continue to swirl. Fans chanted for Daniel Levy to step down during Sunday's FA Cup fourth round 2-1 defeat at Aston Villa. But the Spurs Supremo would likely receive the backing if a £3.75 billion takeover bid is launched, according to The Guardian. Levy has backed Ange Postecoglou and the club overall with a £550 million net spend over the last 5 years, and may decide to spend more if he is armed with significant funds. Express Sport looks at how Spurs could line up if the Qataris splash out on new signings this summer. Goalkeeper Gregor Kobel. Spurs shelled out £12 million to sign Anton Nkinksi from Sparta Prague and already have Guglielmo Vicario as their undisputed number one, so signing another goalkeeper might not be the wisest option. While Nkinksi is still only 21, the young Czech stopper looks far from being good enough to play week in, week out. And the unavoidable fact is that Postecoglou's side have conceded 37 goals in 24 games this season, showing their need to tighten up at the back. Their interest in Borussia Dortmund goalkeeper Gregor Kobel has been noted, and the £40 million rated Switzerland international has proved both domestically and in Europe he would be a solid addition to compete with Vicario. Defenders, Pedro Porro, Murillo, Mickey van der Ven, Theo Hernandez, Christian Romero, Destiny Udogie and Van de Ven have all spent far too long on the sidelines with injury for Spurs to say they can rely on them. Postecoglou solved that issue with the loan arrival of Kevin Donso from RC Lens, but the defender could be heading back in August. Throwing money at the problem could solve some issues though, starting with bulking up their options, literally. Nottingham Forest's Murillo would certainly fit the bill, given his important part in their surprise run at qualifying for the Champions League. And who better to replace Udogie than one of the quickest left-backs in the world? Hernandez has been linked with a move away from AC Milan and may fancy a shot at playing in the Premier League as he prepares for his prime years at the age of 27. Midfielders, Dejan Kulusevski, João Gomes, Richard Rios. Palmeiras midfielder Richard Rios emerged as a target for Spurs this summer. However, the Brasileiro Serie A champions do not tend to let their star players leave on the cheap, earning a potential £130 million from the sales of Endrick and Estevão Willian to Real Madrid and Chelsea respectively. Rios reportedly has a release clause written into his contract for an eye-watering £83 million, and it may take a number near that figure to convince them to sell the 24-year-old. Wolves star João Gomes could offer a cheaper option in midfield, particularly if Vitor Pereira's side are relegated, after impressing for the Midlands outfit since his transfer from Flamengo 2 years ago. Re-energizing the midfield with the captures of Rios and Gomes could see Yves Bissouma leave the club, with the Malian subjected to criticism from angry fans this season. Forwards, Brian Mumo, Victor Osimhen, Mathys Tel. Brian Brahimi emerged as a January target for Spurs and the Dutchman was keen on making the switch from the Eredivisie to the Premier League, but it never materialized. That's not to say a summer move is off the cards, though, and Ajax are unlikely to demand a figure much higher than the £15 million they paid to re-sign Brahimi from RB Leipzig in 2024. But the Qataris may be aiming higher than the Netherlands international, with Victor Gyökeres and Victor Osimhen both likely to be keen if their clubs accept mega offers in the summer. Signing either of the two strikers would not only bolster their attacking options but help them get one over their rivals. Snatching Gyökeres from under the noses of Arsenal would be a double delight for the North London side, while Osimhen has been a long-term target for Chelsea. It may be tough to convince Gyökeres as Sporting are in the Champions League, but Osimhen's situation at Napoli and subsequent loan to Galatasaray means the Nigerian could be swayed if the finances are lucrative enough. And replacing Brennan Johnson on the right could be Mumo, who with 14 goals has more than Dominic Solanke and Son Heung-min put together in the Premier League. It shouldn't be beyond the Qatari billionaire's wealth to meet Brentford's £60 million valuation, and after making Tell's loan permanent for £50 million, it would give Spurs an attacking triumvirate to be feared once again.